I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 442 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast / show / whatever you want to call us. This is recorded live on Sunday, April 4th, 2021. These numbers almost lined up right for the date with the episode number. We have 442021 and we're 442, so we almost made something magical happen here. I'm Chris. Joining me, as per usual, the typical gang of reprobates. That includes one, Mr. Willie D. Nelson.
Hello, everyone out there in listening land, wherever you may be.
Are you trying to be like midnight radio guy right now?
Let me be calm, cool, and sensual to you right now.
Oh,
Gross.
I have a bump for that, right? I'm not going to play the so sensual bump, but we
Oh,
do have it.
thank God it was not the creepy one.
I have multiple creepy ones, but that's neither here nor there. We'll let Willie think about which creepy buttons I was thinking about pushing as I introduce Mr. Anthony Bachman.
That's ATGN on the cusp of almost doing something impressive every day.
Wait.
Almost.
Don't put that stress on me that we almost have to do something impressive. I don't need that stress in my life.
Saying, we never do. So we're almost there. We're almost impressive.
Oh, now I got
I
that.
just am impressive anyway.
Yeah, well, you got a big ego.
Do I?
Is he Willie All Ego Nelson? We're going to steal someone's gimmick now?
Apparently.
Wait, whose gimmick is that?
Ethan Page is Ethan All Ego Page.
Yeah,
That
in
is, so
AEW.
I'm not stealing it if I don't know who it is.
Likely story.
I mean, if two people come up with the same idea relatively same time without knowing of each other or knowing of each other's ideas, are really stealing an idea?
Well, I mean, if the dude's had the gimmick for like 3 or 4 years at this point, I think.
As the summer of
don't know who it is,
1985
never
would
heard
say, I would say yes, it is stealing.
Willie wasn't alive in the summer of 1985.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I mean, I
85
was
or
being
86.
gestated. Does that count?
Yeah. There
Willie was
one
a
summer
fetus.
where-
When am I considered alive?
No, we're not
We're
going
not
down
having
this
that
path
argument.
today. We're not going down this
No,
path.
it's like the Hollywood thing. They start making Armageddon so that their company hears about the script and they make Deep Impact. One summer, two companies heard about James Cameron's The Abyss. One of them came out with Leviathan and the other one came out with Deep Star 6. There were 3 undersea adventure movies that all came out in the same summer. It was fucking ridiculous.
Under the
Star
sea.
6.
Yeah. And that was the one. Because Leviathan, I think, had the big monster, and then Deep
there was
Star 6
also the
had
Little Mermaid.
It might have been the same year.
Yeah,
There was a
it
whole
sounds
lot of
like they
undersea
would be.
adventures, yeah. Yeah, one of them had, it was, I think Leviathan was the undersea monster that was like a Godzilla kaiju, and then Deep Star 6 was, they found a Russian sub, and they snuck a bottle of vodka off of it. Everybody inside was dead, but then somebody drank the vodka, and there was a mutagen in it that ended up like turning them into like a creature, and then they tried to kill their whole crew. And then, of course, Abyss came out, and everybody's like, "Oh, James Cameron just did Aliens Under the Ocean." Yeah, it was a weird summer.
My dad loves that movie. I think I've watched it once, and I was like, this is okay, I guess. Right, okay.
I love the sci-fi concept of doing deep sea diving by breathing liquid oxygen.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense, the fact that human beings breathe liquid for 9 months and then never do it again. He's like, well, why couldn't you breathe liquid again?
That's fair.
Like, it's a great concept, because also if your lungs are full of liquid, it would be your body would be able to withstand much harder crush depths, because you wouldn't have an air pocket inside your chest. You would be solid liquid head to toe. And so you could actually dive deeper. It's actually, yeah, when I first saw that, I'm like, that's a fucking killer concept for a sci-fi story. The idea that, yeah, you make the whole human body liquid again. There's no air in it.
How do you know I'm not full of liquid already, you son of a bitch?
Oh, that's true. We know you're full of something.
Well, I mean, nobody disputes that.
Liquid shit. Diarrhea Nelson. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face I got. Ha ha. Happy Sunday, motherfucker.
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking over here. Because I know you're over there.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking
Dude,
at you.
fuck yourself. I ain't looking at you looking at me.
I'm looking at you in my new setup.
That's all right.
I love this. You got Spider-Man, you got Robot Jocks. 2 men, 2 machines, 2 wild.
There you go. Well, before we get into the news, this is our first episode we've recorded in April, which means we've already passed April Fool's Day. I have to ask, did you guys see any good April Fool's gags this year? Anything that made you have a good laugh? I only noticed a couple, but I was kind of not paying a ton of attention.
The only one I really enjoyed, because, yeah, there's all the random stupid ones. The Lego Company one, the one they put out was amazing.
I missed
where they
that
put
one.
out it's new smart bricks. And it's literally a video of a parent walking, and they go to step, and all the Legos move out from underneath their foot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'd have
it
been
was
all
like
about
the
that.
greatest April Fool's trick ever. It's like, hey, we invented smart bricks. You can't step on them anymore.
So how painful is it to step on a Lego brick? Because I'm the golden man who's never stepped on a Lego.
You've never stepped on, dude. Yeah, it's like stepping on a fucking like a caltrop. It's like ninja stars. Like, yeah, it feels like
It's
you have a
not
blown
good.
tire. Yeah, it's super fucking painful.
Especially depending on where you step on your foot with it. Like if it's like in the arch,
Yeah.
you might be able to step over it for the most part. But like if you get it in the meat of the foot, you're like, oh my god!
Yeah,
Fuck!
because they're so small and so sharp, and then when it's your body weight pushing it into like a carpet or a hardwood floor, and it doesn't have any give because
And they
it's just that
stick.
sharp little piece of plastic. Yeah, like I've had them cut my
So-
feet open before. Like that's how fucking sharp Legos are if you step on them.
So instead of making a bed of hot coals, just make a bed of Legos.
If
And
you
They've done
I think
that
I can
on
do it.
multiple shows. They've done that on multiple shows.
Yeah.
I think I'm immune to it. I could do it. I could walk across it. I don't care.
Yeah, they did one where a guy was running barefoot on a treadmill, and they dumped Legos at the top of the treadmill.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Running across
that
them.
now. That was hilarious.
What
also-
show? Remember that? I was like, oh, that looks so painful.
There's apparently this one dude on Reddit. I don't even know what subreddit it is. He dresses as a mime, and they hurt him different ways. And then he just tries to keep a straight face without saying anything.
Oh, without like making noise.
Yeah, I think the first one did they hit his shin or something really badly. He's like, and then the other one, he climbs up on the counter and then jumps down on Legos.
Oh,
Ow.
I'd rather jump on glass.
What?
I don't
Yeah.
want to jump on any of them.
No.
Glass
I
would
think
be
what
better than Legos.
Glass could go in there and get stuck and go whoop damage.
Why would the glass go woo whoop?
Because you step and then you step on it again, like ah.
I don't know what weird ass type of glass you got in your house that goes woo whoop.
You ain't got that kind of glass. What kind of?
No.
what are you-
That must
right,
be some
peasant.
East Coast glass. That must be some East Coast glass. We don't have the glass that goes woo woo whoop out here when you step on it.
Yeah. So I do have something to share a little bit.
Is this on the April Fool's gags? Or
No, not at all, because I don't remember anything.
Let
Except
me-
I do remember hearing that. Oh, go ahead.
let me
Chris,
bring up
go
one
ahead.
that I saw before we transition off of it, because I wasn't paying a ton of attention. There was the typical dumb ones, but the one that I enjoyed the most was Adult Swim doing a full rebrand of Adult Swim
Oh.
Junior,
That's right. Yeah, I did see that.
where like
Yeah, it was
they
all-
made fake trailers for Rick and Morty babies and Metalocalypse babies and stuff like that, and it was
Yep.
hilarious.
the baby meat wad.
Yeah, they did Aqua Teen Hunger Force babies and things like that.
Yep.
And they didn't do like full episodes, I don't think, from what I could tell. It looked like it was just a bunch of like fake commercials and previews for the kids' versions of these. And like they did the opening credits of Rick and Morty as like a Muppet Babies ripoff.
And it was like the Adventure Nephews.
Yeah, Adventure Nephews or something like that.
Yeah.
So is Rick and Morty both a kid in this situation?
Rick is a toddler and Morty's a baby, basically, is what it came down
Yeah.
to.
I don't think that's. You know what? Let's just go with it. I'm all right with that.
The trailer is still up on their YouTube. You can look up Rick and Morty babies, and Rick is the older one there. Morty's a baby that does basically nothing but slobber all over the portal gun.
All right. Well, you guys can fuck off while I'm gonna go watch that trailer.
I thought that was the
That
best
was
one. And
fun.
Adult Swim always does pretty funny things. Remember, what was it, back in 2017 when they're like, hey, we're going to show the first episode of Rick and Morty season 3 or whatever on for April Fools. And I was like, oh, no, they won't. And they did
And
it.
they did, technically.
Well, they did it all full way. The one that was the best was, God, this takes me back to when I was in college, is when they said, hey, we're going to show the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie on Adult Swim
that's what it was.
on April
Yeah.
Fool's Day. And everyone's like, oh, that's bullshit. They're not going to do it. And it was literally like a 1" by 1" square video in the bottom right-hand corner of their live
Yeah.
feeds that day. And sure as hell, they did the entire movie there. You just couldn't hear any audio or anything like that.
Yep, and you really couldn't see it.
I mean, you could. There were people that broke down frame by frame trying to figure out what was happening, but I was like, it's an Aqua Teen movie. I don't need that kind of detail going into it.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
now
it's
here's
gonna
the
be released
question.
anyways in a couple of months.
So, Chris, you said it was on a 1" by 1" square on the TV. What side of the TV is it 1".
Okay, so this was when I was generalizing. It was in a
I
small
know.
corner of the TV, and we were watching it. So I'm trying to think back. The TV we had in our living room was a 24-inch CRT, so 1" by 1" was probably bigger than it actually was when I said that. Because my college roommates and I were like, we got to see this. This is bullshit. We're like, son of a bitch. It's the Aqua Teen movie.
It's actually there.
Did anyone get fooled on April Fool's Day?
No,
Nope.
I didn't believe Ryan
This year.
Reynolds was going to be Batman this year.
He's not going to be Batman.
That was the thing?
Naki bit on that one
That's
time.
been
remember?
a running joke here for 7 years.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if he actually came out and said anything about it.
No, I mean, because the Naki joke was it was an April Fool's gag, and then it was like June or July when she was bitching about Ryan Reynolds going to be Batman, and we all looked at the article she was looking and went,
Yeah.
it just started
I
smiling.
remember.
Let her have her rant for a good 4 or 5 minutes because it was really entertaining, her rant. And went, hey, Naki, look at the date on that article.
What? It was Friday.
Yeah, because wasn't it like it was reposted by another website, and so she didn't see the original date when she pulled it up?
I think that was what it was.
Yeah.
It was hella funny, though.
Yeah, it was like an April Fool's thing from the Hollywood Reporter that was reposted by Screen Rant 2 weeks later, and so yeah, it didn't look like it was an April Fool's article.
Yeah. And Willie, I did send you a copy of the Rick and Morty Babies trailer. It's in our Hangouts chat that we have for the show.
Yeah.
But you did have a story you wanted to tell us. I apologize. I cut you off because I wanted to talk about
No.
April
I
Fools.
cut you off. I apologize.
We're all good. What story you got for us today?
So I know Bachman's gonna know this. Chris, you might know him a little bit of this, but yeah, I've been listening to Riley and Jonesy for way too long. Because what do they always say? They always say,
Fuck you,
fuck
Shorzy."
leg day.
Oh, that too.
Half right. Yeah, I've been fucking off on leg day for a longest time.
Can't skip leg
And-
day.
Well, I did. A lot of days. Yeah, my buddy said, hey, let's go play some disc golf Friday. I was like, yeah, there's going to be some more people there. Let's go do it.
So you
Wait,
went on your little chicken legs.
What he failed to tell me was, we're not doing 18 holes. We're doing 2 back-to-back. It's 36-hole course
Ooh.
over in
That looked at you.
Burlington, North Carolina. Yeah, and I was wearing the wrong shoes.
He was wearing
I
a
was
stiletto
wearing-
heels.
I was wearing these things that are maybe, I don't know, 3-4 pounds each.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes.
here's sound effect for you incoming. Yeah, I should have worn my Converse because those probably would have been a lot more comfortable, regardless of anything else that would have been a lot more positives than negatives. Yeah, so those on top of 36 hole, oh my god, that was like 3-4 hours we were out there. 3.5, I want to say somewhere around there. But yeah, my legs are definitely were jello yesterday. Not that much better today, but are better.
We'll stop skipping leg day.
Yeah,
Fuck
like
yourself.
like Troy Polamalu, I make 100% of my leg days. 100%. And after 4 months at UPS, my legs are looking good.
Usually every day is leg day because it has to carry around all this weight. So what does it really matter? Every day is leg day if you got a lot of weight, right?
Sure, we'll go.
I
with
do
that.
1,000 squats 5 days a week. So yeah, pretty much every day is leg day.
Trying to do the math here. That's like
5,000 squats a week.
200 squats, man.
Jesus Christ.
Approximately.
Math. We do it here, and we do it well.
Oh shit! I forgot to carry
I've
the
been trying to make them large, simple numbers for
203.
him.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, that math just hurt my brain, Willie. Thanks a lot. That fucking hurt. I have a headache now.
I mean, you should see if I actually try. The damage I could do to your brain.
No shit.
That's what I'm afraid of. So how is your recovery going now, Willie? When you stand up, do your legs get all jello-y and you collapse back in your recliner? Or are you able to successfully move around your house?
Well, as of yesterday, I was quoting the infamous great movie of Can't Hardly Wait. And I was saying,
Who
I
ordered
have
a
no
lovebird?
legs. Because I had no legs. Today, I have legs. They're there. I can feel them. They're tangible.
Can't
That's
hardly
about
wait.
it.
That's an old movie, man. When was that? 99?
I believe so.
God, we're old.
98, 99?
22. It's over 20 years old.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of...
Sorry, I'm making you do math
depending
right
upon
there. I apologize.
Depending upon the release month.
If it came out in 99, it's automatically over 20 years old.
Well, yeah, because it's...
Who cares
we're
how
past-
old it is? It's still a good
We're
movie.
past 2019.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Godfather. Oh, it came out like, what, 30, 40
I
years
wasn't
ago? It's a shitty movie.
I wasn't
That's
saying...
how old it
Hold
is.
on. I wasn't saying it's bad because it's old. I was just making a comment in that it's an old movie now.
I don't know, but it's still a great movie. I watched it back when I was a kid. It was great.
I mean-
it was great then. It's great now.
Eurotrip's an old movie. It still has one of the best songs for a movie in it ever. Scotty doesn't know.
Was that Eurotrip or was that Sex Drive?
That was Eurotrip with Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah, I'm mixing a bunch of those up because they
Can't Hardly Wait was 98.
very similar.
And then Eurotrip was like 2001 or 3, something like that. It was
Later. I was definitely
maybe it's 5. I don't know. Regardless, it still has one of the best songs ever.
Holy shit! So Can't Hardly
Well,
Wait
who
came out
sings it?
23 years ago. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, you know who sings it, though, don't you?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Meth Damon.
Hey, this guy didn't know.
That's right.
Now all you need to do is get a friend named Scotty and sing that song ad nauseum.
God, you know anyone whose name was Scott was probably like, this is never going to end.
All Scots got rid of their girlfriends. That movie came out. Bitch, I know you've been cheating on me with Matt Damon. And they're like, what? It's like, I'm Sarah Silverman. That's a throwback. If you remember that whole thing when she went on the Jimmy Kimmel show when they were dating with I'm fucking Matt Damon.
Which is a great song, too.
Oh, yeah. And then Jimmy Kimmel's retort was actually just as good, if not a little bit better.
Which one was that?
I'm fucking Ben Affleck.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Those videos are
It had
hilarious.
so many people in it. You even had Harrison Ford honking if you fucked Matt Damon.
Trevor, was Kimmel the
I'm
one
sorry,
that would
Ben
never...
Affleck. I mixed it up. My bad.
Yeah, because wasn't Kimmel the one that would never let Matt Damon on a show and then Ben Affleck would like sneak him on?
Oh, no. The whole running joke is at the end of his show, like, I'm sorry, apologies to Matt Damon, but we ran out of time. I don't think he was ever going to have him. But then actually, like, one time, I think it was like 1 or 2 times, they actually had him on. But then he, right before he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Matt Damon, to interrupt you as soon as you start talking, but we're running out of time. We'll see everyone next.
Yeah, it's
I
just a
think-
running gag.
I think I remember seeing an episode where literally Ben Affleck showed up with Matt Damon under his coat.
Oh, yeah, that did happen. Like,
Yeah,
You know, the whole,
he
like,
basically
kids,
snuck him on stage.
Hey, I'd like to get one adult ticket, please.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 kids in a trench coat making one adult thing, except they're both like 6'2".
Kimmel's had his show for what, almost 15 years, 20 years at this point in time, which then makes me realize how old the Man Show was.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
Man
Man
Show.
Show was mid 90s,
96?
Late
90s.
90s.
It's 96 or 97.
It was
specifically.
on while
No
I was
other
in
dates.
college, though.
No other years. I don't care. I'll look it up.
And then they did the remake of the Man Show without Kimmel and Carolla, and it was terrible. Just
Oh,
absolutely
yeah,
terrible.
no. It had,
99,
what's his nuts on?
2004.
It wasn't funny, though.
It was 99 to 2004 was the Man Show.
Yep.
God
My
damn it,
freshman
that
year of college, it was still on, because I remember watching that. With the Man Show boy of Andy Milonakis.
Yep. And Girls on Trampolines.
Hmm
sucked. Oh, yeah, Joe Rogan was the one of the hosts. when they got filled in.
Yeah.
Oh, you tried to redo it.
And I see the other guy. I just don't know who it is. What's his name?
What does it say on IMDb?
I'm looking at Doug Stanhope. I know. Don't remember anything he's been in, but I know I've seen his face. I know I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
He's a stand-up comedian.
He's a stand-up comedian, yeah.
I kind of figured. Just like Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure that was pre-UFC announcing, isn't it?
Yes. Let's see. Doug Stanhope's
no.
gigs.
No, Rogan's been doing UFC announcing since like '95.
Oh, well, fair enough. I was assuming. So that made
Yeah,
an ass out of me and you.
I believe he's been doing UFC announcing since after like the third year. So yeah, he's been doing that for a long fucking time.
Yeah, Doug Stanhope's done a ton of different comedy things. He's been a writer on a bunch of comedy programs.
I believe it.
He wrote for The Man Show, I think, before he was on The Man Show. He's got comedy specials. He acted in Aqua Teen Hunger Force as the Harry Bus. I don't remember that one. Spy TV, there's a throwback.
It sounds gross. The Harry Bus.
The Harry Bus. It was from an episode
it's
called
like the bait
The
bus,
Harry
but
Bus.
the 80s, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He's a funny
80s
guy. I've
bait
seen
bus.
some of his stuff.
Yeah, Rogan started UFC commentating in 1997.
Wow.
Like right after I got out of high school. So yeah, like they did like the first UFC was like 95. And yeah, like 95, 96, he was there in 97. So yeah, he was there super early. So yeah, that was before the Man Show, that was before Fear Factor. Like that UFC commentating job, that's one of that's basically the thing he's been doing the longest other than stand-up comedy.
That's crazy.
Has he been doing it for longer than Bruce Buffer?
I think so. I don't think they had Buffer yet when they got Joe Rogan as a commentator.
You tell me they haven't worked out the buffers yet?
No, they hadn't finished buffering yet.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, William. No. No.
Oh, you even
Remember,
got William.
and let's bring it back. Remember, always skip leg day because fuck leg day.
Never skip leg day. Don't be a chicken-legged little bitch like some people.
We need that The More You Know music.
Trust me, I don't have chicken legs. It's just they're not used to marathons.
Chicken leg Willie.
Here, if you can fit in these shoes and go out there for 3 or 4 hours, you do that.
Good old
Why would I
chicken
wear
leg
your
Nelson.
ugly ass shoes.
They're size 14. Good luck.
It's too big for my feet. I wear 13s.
My legs could do it. I'll have to put my pair of shoes on and then put your shoes on over it with your big ass clown feet.
Well, he didn't say how you had to wear his shoes, so you could just like tie them in a loop around your neck.
That's true. I'll just throw them over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate these semantics.
You're the one that did not clarify the challenge well enough and left it open to interpretation.
You know what? In fact, I'm going to be right here, right now, and saying I'm anti.
Careful.
Careful.
I hate myself so much for that joke.
Oh no.
Another
I hate myself.
besides Willie hating himself.
It's rare that a joke makes me hate myself. I usually have that all on lockdown on myself. Jokes
Usually
that
had
I need.
On us.
Oh my god! Now it made you hate yourself for my joke.
I don't need any help with that. I'm sorry.
See, Drassman's right. He never skipped leg day. I make 100% leg days. 100%.
Yep, leg day. What are you gonna do? Have to run from a tsunami or something? I don't fucking know. Drassman doesn't have to run from shit from water. He lives so far inland.
That's just it. You don't know, and that's why you need to be prepared because you don't know.
Maybe I wanted to take me out. Maybe my weak legs are by design. Did you ever think about that? Huh?
No, because it's just an excuse because you want to be lazy and skip leg day.
It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
You'd rather be killing some Sammys than fucking hitting leg day. That's weak ass shit there. Weak ass shit there.
My boy. That's why you fail. All those leg days make your mind mush, I see.
Weak ass chicken leg Wilson.
Not a fucking volleyball.
That's who brought the eggs today for Easter. Weak ass chicken leg Wilson.
Oh yeah, happy Easter if that's your jam, folks.
Wait,
Yep.
Today's Easter?
Yeah.
Happy Easter. Happy Candy Day. Happy Spring
Oh
Candy.
shit! It's April.
We were just talking about April Fool's gags not 10 minutes ago.
I thought I had a whole month before somebody's birthday came up, and now it's in days.
I was saying it'd be better if it was
12
yesterday.
days. 12 days. I actually remember the date.
It would be better if it was yesterday.
12 days, the day after tax day, then.
Oh shit!
Oh, it was yesterday. I saw the person yesterday, so it would have been that big of a deal.
Day after tax. Although I think they're supposedly going to be moving tax day off a month this year, is what I'd heard. But
Move your
who
tax
knows?
day off.
I just have to finish my taxes. I did it all the first time through the software. I just haven't done my double check yet before I submit it.
Can you write off tax day?
You can write off your software you use for tax day, theoretically.
You can write off anything, and if the IRS doesn't catch you, you're fine. It's kind of like in America, you can sue over anything. We're litigious.
I
can make a
lie
lawsuit
on my
over
taxes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
That's
but you
never
can get
gone
caught.
wrong for anyone named Willie Nelson before in the history of ever.
Oh, so yeah, you
Never.
should be fine. I don't know why they would be interested in making sure your taxes are your taxes with the name Willie Nelson.
To you younger audiences, the actual Willie Nelson got in trouble for tax evasion.
Yeah, him and Wesley Snipes just hanging out,
Good old Blade and Willie.
not paying taxes.
Wait, it'd be Willie and Willie because he's Willie Mays Hayes.
There you go.
Willie Mays Hayes!
Yep. Was it Run Like Maze, Hit Like Hayes? Or did I got that backwards? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
That's all.
Make my heart sing.
That's all. Chris, don't blame me. Blame that dude.
I blame everyone.
I said 2 words out of
You
a song.
blame everything.
Very.
No, I'm going to stop this right now.
That was
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet. It's the news of the week.
Good timing, Chris.
Welcome to the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we run down in our minds what some of the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news has been in the past week and share with you guys who are watching or listening to us at a later date. Sometimes it's awkward as we kick it off because the buttons don't work properly and I have to go, oh shit, why is my button not working?
It's very
But
true.
that's neither here nor there because that'll be edited out in the final version of this.
No, it's not. You don't
Oh.
know shit.
Willie, have you realized that like Chris's beard is just keep getting like more wizard-like and more scraggly as it's reaching down? I think it's actually pushing the buttons for him now.
Well, in all seriousness, part of the problem is I had to wear a
That'd be
face
sick.
mask earlier and it just twists everything out of shape.
Oh,
So
that's why everything's all
yeah, that's
wicked.
why everything's all kinked because my mask stops here, so then the beard would fluff out
Yep.
underneath. So
Yeah, at the end of the night when I come out of UPS, like this is all like pushed up.
Yeah.
Like it's no fun.
so I have a mask face right now.
Mask face, Chris. Mask face Pharrell. The
Not
new
much problem
Invincible
with
villain.
Batman has.
Mask face.
Although I think I might trim my beard down now. I think it's past. I think it's time to go back to regular beard operations because we're getting back
no.
into warmer weather.
I think with the silver in it, you should just see how long and wizardly it can get.
There's a lot of silver in it.
You know who had a very, really, really bad case of mask face?
Of ass face? We were talking about
Mask face.
Taser
I
face?
said mask face. All right.
taser face.
They call me Taser Face.
Yes, we've seen the movie. But do you know who had a really bad case of mask
in the hearts of your.
Who, Willie? Who had a real bad case of mask face? Is it the man in the iron
Green
mask?
Lantern. That's who had bad mask faces. That was a bad mask. Go fuck off. This joke was not worth all that spelled up.
Yep, because there wasn't even a mask. It was all CGI.
A domino is still a mask.
No, like he didn't have a costume. He didn't have a mask. It was all CGI. Like he didn't.
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. Congratulations. You understand the damn joke.
I don't think there was a joke there at all.
don't think so either.
2-1.
I'm a
You
little
lose.
disappointed.
I don't
Willie.
need to hear this in stereo.
Well, now that Willie's got his headphones off, is when we remind you that you can subscribe to his OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/TheWilliedNelson. The Willied Nelson. That's where you find Willie's OnlyFans.
No, I Germanified it. I made it Willie Nelson.
Olin.
V.
That's where he'll show you his sweater collection.
And his gout swollen knee. It's just pictures of a big swollen knee. People that are into that.
Yeah, he's fine right now.
Yeah, right now, but that's why he's got pictures.
I can still hear you.
Oh, we know. That's why we just kept going, because it was more entertaining that way.
Exactly.
You.
All right, so let's roll in actually into the news of the week like we had promised here. And I'll kick things off. This is just a short, simple story here, but you might have seen it is a little sad, but also good at the same time. And I'll explain that spin here in a second. You might have seen on Friday that Traveler's Tales, you know, the company that does all the Lego games, had put out a release saying that, quote, all of us at Telltale Games are working, not Telltale, Traveler's Tale Games are working hard to make Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga the biggest and best ever Lego game. But we're going to need more time to do it. We won't be able to make our intended spring release date, but we will provide updated launch timing as soon as possible. So it's delayed indefinitely. I believe the intent is still to have the game come out because it's going to sell gangbusters, especially with kids, because kids love the Lego games more so than the adults do, and adults love them too.
I was gonna say, kiss my ass. I love those games.
I know, but what I'm saying is this is a game that goes across generations, basically.
Yes.
And it'll probably come out across generations as I think about it too, as it'll probably be on PS4/5, Xbox One/Series lines, and stuff like that. And I assume they'll put a copy out on the Switch at some point too, because everyone likes money.
Yeah, this is one I've been looking forward to big time, because I had, was it the original, I think, Complete Saga when they did 1 through 6?
Yes.
And I played the hell out of those. They were so much fun, where you could build the little ships out of the Legos for all the pieces you unlocked. You had little canisters you could unlock, and you had the little flying missions on Coruscant. Like, yeah, those games were so much fun. And they're like, oh, we're releasing Force Awakens as a game. I was like, well, if they're doing 7, then they're going to do 8, then they're going to do 9. At some point, we're just going to get the whole saga. I was like, I'm just going to wait. And so, honestly, yeah, I bought none of those because, like, I'm waiting for this one. I'm waiting for the one Lego game to rule them all.
I'm curious how they adapt Episode 8 into a kid's game.
Didn't they already make all these Lego games? What do they have? All they have to do is port it and put it all in one, right? So
Well,
what's the problem?
They made episodes 1 through 7 as Star Wars games. Plus, they've done Clone Wars and...
Yeah, they didn't do 8 and 9 as separate games because I think they realized we're just going to do the full saga as a giant game. And so, yeah, a Force Awakens Lego game came out, but there was not a separate game for The Last Jedi and... Well, I cannot think
Rise
of
of
the other one.
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, so Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi did not get their own individual Lego games, even though Force Awakens did. Because also, I mean, Force Awakens, that was the start of the new trilogy. It was a much bigger hype machine at the time.
Right.
And so, yeah, they had a Lego game prep for that when it came out. But yeah, they decided it was like, well, why do 8 and 9? Well, we can just do the Skywalker saga as one giant Lego game that contains all 9 films.
And my assumption, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's not just they're going to port the old Lego games. I assume that they're redoing parts of them.
Yeah, no, the way it sounded was it was going to be a whole lot of rebuild. And yeah, like, it's all going to be worth it because eventually we will get Lego Babu Freak. Yes, Babu.
Yeah, I've only played the first one that came out, which was the prequels, which came out before Episode 3 came out. So that was fun to see General Grievous for the first time saying, what the fuck is this thing?
Well, if you'd watched the Clone Wars saga that was on Cartoon Network, you knew who he was. The one that's no longer canon. I had to stop and think. The one that was by the guy that does Samurai Jack did a Clone Wars.
Which is, Tarkovsky, which is now, I believe, on Disney Plus. Didn't they just add all of that stuff?
I believe so. They have their legacy collection of stuff. I think they're calling
it's in, I was gonna say it's in its own separate collection, but
Samurai Jack?
No, it's the Star Wars stuff that's not canon has its own section now on Disney Plus. It's called like Star Wars Legacy or something.
Yeah. So it kind of surprised me as I read this article. The last time a Star Wars Lego game came out was 2016 for the Force Awakens game. So they've gone 5 years almost at this point in time without dropping one, and those are probably pretty decent money makers for them. And they're saying in here that will include 500 characters, and players will be able to start and play through any of the 9 films in any order they wish. So I guess in theory, once you get to free play, you could have Darth Vader fight Kylo Ren or something like that. Or have Darth Vader and Kylo Ren team up to be Team Emo.
Yeah. Team Black Mask.
Willie, you know you want to have Team Emo.
Oh, he's gonna have terrible mask face.
It's true. It's true. I know you're trying to make fun of me, but I'm not going to allow it.
The real question is will you be able to play as Simon Pegg and just walk around telling people 1/4 portion?
I assume. The real question will be, do they include characters from The Mandalorian? Can you be Baby Yoda?
I could see them having some unlocks where you could play like Baby Yoda and Bo-Katan
or some
and like
DLC
the night version of Ahsoka. Yeah, I could see that.
Why would you have to be Alan Tudyk in doing that when you could just have Alan Tudyk from Rogue One?
Those are 2 different actors.
Yeah,
Wait,
He said Simon Pegg.
that's Simon Pegg.
Oh, Simon Pegg. Wow.
He's the junk dealer in Force Awakens.
Wait a second. I thought it was Alan Tudyk. Imagine the world where Simon Pegg and Alan Tudyk were one person. Simon Tudyk.
Simon Tudyk, also known as the Nowhere Man.
I wonder if
Nobody, Mr. Nobody.
I wonder if the game will let you play as the Daniel Craig Stormtrooper also.
Or the Kevin Smith Stormtrooper.
Or the Kevin Smith Stormtrooper. Or the
one
traitor!
Or Traitor,
that bumps his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite Stormtroopers. The guy
Me
that bumps
too.
his head because they can't
That-
see up.
That would be so hilarious if it just has it starts out a scene and you're one stormtrooper talking to another stormtrooper just following by, and all of a sudden you just talk random conversations. Oh wait, here we go. We gotta be serious now. And all of a sudden, okay, time to be serious, and just bonk. Like,
Yeah.
I'd laugh.
And then the door comes down and cracks him in the head.
I can dig it.
No, what you really want to be is the Stormtrooper that was wrong and finds out years later that those were the droids he was looking for.
Oh, he's probably dead by then. I mean,
Possibly.
I imagine Vader killed all those guys for failing
Either
him on
that or he's
Tatooine.
still stuck on Tatooine looking for those droids because his assignment became a permanent position and he wasn't allowed to leave Tatooine until he found them. With Vader knowing that they weren't on that planet anymore.
all right, you fanboys, help me out here. Were there any clones left by Episode 4?
Serving in the Imperial Navy? No. Was my understanding. But clones in the galaxy, yes.
Yeah, there are still clones alive because they've, pretty much, damn it, who's the guy that runs Rebels? The new...
Dave Filoni?
Filoni. Yeah, Filoni basically confirmed that the old guy with the beard in, what is it, Empire Strikes Back is
Return
one
of
of
the
the
Jedi.
clones. Oh, Return of the Jedi, yeah, is one of the clones working with the Rebels to take back the base on Endor.
Old guy with a beard.
Yeah, basically when Han and the Rebels attack the base to take down the shield,
Yeah, you know what?
the Ewoks help them.
No,
the
fuck
Ewoks
that.
help.
I don't care. There's no retroactively making something canon.
Well, no,
that
they
was
took-
not Peter Parker in Iron Man 2. You can fuck
Well,
right
no,
off that
that's-
bullshit.
But no, they took one of the clones and actually, as they were aging them up in Clone Wars and Rebels, and they made one of the clones end up looking exactly like that actor. So they're like, yo, that's exactly what one of the clones would look like as an older man.
Yeah, retroactively making it canon is not acceptable in this house ever.
Why not?
Oh, that's all right. We're not in that house, so I'm
Fuck
good with
that
it.
little kid. That was not Peter Parker. I'm still harping on that.
Why?
Oh, no, it was never Peter Parker.
Thank you.
But it is canon that it's
No,
Peter
it's
Parker.
not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to die on this hill.
Sounds like an uncomfortable place to die.
Oh, you don't know what's up my butt on this hill.
No, I don't.
I don't want
I don't
to.
want to either.
I don't want to. I do.
I'll win this argument one way or another.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
You're
And
not.
if I have to win by showing you what's up there,
No.
then that's how I'll win.
Well, I mean, that's one way to end the podcast when Willie gets us taken off the internet, showing his bunghole.
Well, Willie's off the show for the rest of the day.
All right. First of all, that won't get us kicked off the internet.
No, Willie, you're
There's a
kicked
lot
off.
worse-
Keep your ring keys to
donkey
yourself.
shows on the internet. They're not kicked off.
They're also not on Gonna Geek.
Or YouTube or
Well, you didn't
Twitch.
say we're going to kick off Gonna Geek. You said we're going to get kicked off the internet.
Well, the
I've
two
seen some
places
weird
has us
shit on the internet. Some really weird shit. Some shit that will haunt me to the day I fucking die.
You shouldn't have Googled that, but that's not here nor there.
Listen, everyone was talking about Two Girls, One Cup. I was curious. No one actually said what it was, so I was like, what the fuck is it? I keep hearing about it. What the fuck is this? Took it one day, saw all of like 10 to 15 seconds, like, oh, back. I'm done with this.
No. He said, "Oh, bookmark."
Oh,
Hey, you really know something I really wish I
put it in
didn't
this
see?
bookmark folder right next to the blue waffle page.
In fact, here you go. Here's 2 examples. Here's one thing I wish I'd never seen, and one thing I'm glad I'd never seen.
Goatsy.
Oh, I forgot about Ghosty. Ghosty's just funny because every time you
At least
see
I got
like a
Ghosty.
reference to it, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, actually, One Guy, One Jar. That's definitely something I wish I never had seen, but I had.
Nope. Don't want to know.
No, you
and,
don't.
the
You
glass
don't.
jar break somewhere where you
Nope.
think.
Don't want to know. No
No,
more.
you don't.
No more. No
Uh,
more.
And the one thing I'm glad I never seen is Pain Olympics. Never gonna see that.
I see it. I haven't seen that, and I'm thinking I don't want to.
Oh, it's
No, shut up.
let's just say
Shut up.
it's
I can
an
talk about it.
older
No.
circumcision that's not for circumcisioning.
No. No.
Stop.
Gotta ruin something.
I would have never done it in the first place. So you don't have to tell me to stop.
Let's talk about fun things on the internet, like the Idiolympics, which is old but hilarious still.
What was that one again?
Idiolympics, as in the idiot Olympics.
I got that. I got the whole wordage of it. What is it? Is what the question.
They make
is.
up a variety of different contests in which they have to compete against each other. They do live action Mario Kart, kart jousting. They do a competition to see who can rob their house the fastest. There's a TV inside, and everyone has to figure out a way to break into their house. It's one of their houses, obviously, and steal the TV the fastest. It's pretty great.
You telling me you've never done real life Mario Kart?
I haven't done real life Mario Kart.
Well, me and my friends one day we were actually going to do this because we had a go-kart and a moped, but the moped we couldn't get get started, so we just went to the high school in the go-kart. Let's just say we were just doing laps around the thing. We even got bananas and mushrooms to throw at each other while we're riding, but that didn't never happen. But the bananas were delicious, I will say that. But
Hey,
on
Bob, put a
my
banana in my
try, on my try of the lap, I was gonna come in at the end with power slide. As soon as the go-kart went to the skidding on the side, the tire just said, "Yep, maximum grip, only on one side," and it started doing this. I was like,
A little tilting.
shit. Somehow I got my leg out of it, put it on the ground as it was going, and pushed myself back righted. Don't know how that happened. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done that's never going to be on video. So who knows? I could be lying about it, but I'm not.
But he's not.
Because why would I have to lie about any of my stories? They just happen.
Because what had happened was...
Except for sitting on the hill with a thing in my butt. I'm not sitting on a hill and there's nothing in my butt.
So if you need a good laugh, though, you can go watch the Idiolympics, which is like from the mid-2000s. So it's only like 480p on YouTube, but it's still pretty funny.
I hadn't even
like
heard
a-
of that one.
Like I'm making anyone's eyes bleed just because
Well,
I
if
know.
you like, no, what I'm saying is if you like to throw
Chris
it up
is
on
so
TV and
used
stuff.
to his maximum def, high-tech TV setup that he has to
So
warn
ridiculous.
people of low def,
No,
standard def.
there's a
He doesn't
difference.
want anybody's eyes to bleed.
No, hold on. There is a difference though between watching something on your phone or your tablet versus throwing it up on like a 4K screen. If you put something that's 480p up on a 4K screen, it's pretty fuzzy.
Hey, Bachman, can you hear him? He's not coming in Dolby Atmos. He's coming in mono. I can't understand him at
I do
all.
have Dolby Atmos also.
Yeah.
I know. That's why.
I don't know what's wrong with you, Willie. I hear Chris in full-on THX all the time.
Oh, you mean like?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
I like the one they do that's the rainforest at the start of the movie.
I don't
can't remember
I don't remember because I haven't
sound
been to a movie
system that
theater
one
in
is.
so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
If there's two things I say in my life, it's fuck leg day and fuck the rainforest.
Whoa, Willie, what? Never mind. I don't want to know. Bachman, what's your news? Willie? Well, no, you got chocolate. Willie, what's your news?
I got chocolate.
Go ahead. Share us your
the Easter Bunny.
Share your news with us, Willie. But
don't worry. Just like chocolate, mine will be short and bittersweet, baby. There's been some news that Netflix, you know, that place of flicks that has nets, they have signed on a deal for. Let me just make sure of this number right quick, just to double check this number. Yep, I was correct. $400 million plus deal. That's 4 with 2 zeros, and then add 6 zeros to that. Don't forget to carry the 0 either. The pretty much sign on for Knives Out sequels of 2 and 3 for those sequels. And they're bringing back Daniel Craig and director Ryan Johnson. So I'm very happy with that because I was super happy with Knives Out. That came out in Thanksgiving of 2019, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Boom! How did my memory remind me of that?
It's like a steel trap for useless knowledge.
Yep. And Jamie Lee Curtis put out a statement that the family from the first movie is living their crazy life and will not be involved.
Oh yeah, from what I know, from what I've heard, it's still weird that it's still going to be called Knives Out since the whole title of the movie was based on.
We don't know if it's going to be called Knives Out. We don't know what it's going to be called. It's going to be a Knives Out sequel. Hell, the next one could be called Spoons Out. We don't fucking know nothing at this point.
Ooh, is it going to have any kind of connectivity in the title to?
We don't know.
I know. I know you don't know. I know no one knows. It's a fucking question to talk about. Jesus Christ! You don't know.
The question is, will Ryan Johnson insist on an awesome title that does move forward, just like, so that when you have a movie like, what is it? You Can't See Me, or wait, what was
Now You See Me?
Now You See Me. Now You Don't should have been the sequel, not Now You See Me Too. That was the dumbest fucking sequel title ever.
I would even appreciate if they just said Now You See Me Too, Now You Don't. I would even have took that.
Yeah, even a semicolon, and then a postscript would have been fine.
Took it all day long on that hill.
Yeah, that was the worst sequel title ever.
In the chat room, we have Gwen's dad who says, "I only wanted if Daniel Craig changes his accent randomly between movies for no reason."
Oh, that would be
I don't
awesome.
know. I love his southern accent.
I do
Logan
too.
Lucky and Knives Out.
Yeah, his foghorn leghorn is pretty good.
In case you have forgotten, I am incarcerated. Fucking love it. Oh
The real question is, I want to see, are we going to get that big of an ensemble cast again like they had with Knives Out? Is that going to be Ryan Johnson's thing where it's like another family or another large group of people where you just got just a star-studded fucking cast of all these amazing actors, and then they're fucking basically going head-to-head with Daniel Craig's detective again to solve a crime.
They paid $400+ million to say, no star-studded cast.
Well, no,
they'll have stars in it, but it may not necessarily be as star-studded as the last one. That last one was fucking amazing who they had in that cast.
Yes, I know.
I
enjoyed it.
I just want to know if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's going to be in it. That's all.
Ooh,
he's
Daniel Craig.
Black Adam.
Goes to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that? Can I say Black Adam? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's the character's name.
That's his name. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It was a callback to the Falcon Winter Soldier.
Are
you black kid? Just because no, I'm not Black Falcon. I'm just Falcon. It's the whole thing. Goes to that. I'm just Adam. Damn it.
I gotta watch the new episode.
I'm Egyptian, motherfucker.
What I'm really wondering about the new Knives Out movies is, holy crap! I had a brain fart. There we go. There's what I was wondering. I lost my train of thought for a second there. Since they're going to be Netflix films, how long do they put them out in theaters for? Because the way the Academy Awards work, you have to be out in a theater for it to count.
Yeah.
So
2-week run.
Yeah.
They have to do 2 weeks, and Netflix owns a theater in LA.
Okay, problem solved then.
Yeah, Yeah, the Netflix company, like just like Quentin Tarantino bought his own theater. Netflix actually owns a theater in LA, and so yeah, they have their own theater that they own where they can run any movie that they want to be eligible for nomination. They can run it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, problem solved then.
I
We
think
fixed
it's in
it.
LA. I know for a fact they own a theater. I think it's in LA. I know it's in Southern California.
Would it be possible to put a movie in a theater but have no attendance? Would that still count?
Yeah, it just has to have a theater run. Technically, nobody has to watch it during that run. It has to be.
So why didn't they
there
just
has to
do
be-
that? They have those stupid little rules that you have to it has to be in a theater. Pandemic fucking happened, man. Deal with it. Fucking adjust.
Well, they did. That's why there's
Oh.
so much more that was available
Take it back.
to be nominated for streaming.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Emmys and the Oscars did that this year. Yeah, after the pandemic, yeah, they very much loosened up the restrictions on streaming services, what qualifies.
It's true.
And you know what? Add a third fuck to the award shows for making me feel wrong in this situation. Fuck them.
And
Fuck Leg
fuck
Day.
the
Fuck the rainforest. Fuck award shows.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. Award shows are generally pretty
Yeah.
trash.
It's just
Unless
people
we have a Gonna Geek Awards, and I hope I'm in the running for something.
We already did those a couple years back.
yeah,
What was
you won
that?
biggest head.
I won something?
Yeah, you won biggest head
How come I get a trophy or anything for it?
because you already have the trophy. It's your head.
Hey, you have it
No,
every
but
day.
seriously, did you actually? Is it you guys just pulling my legs? Is this an April Fool's?
No, there was an awards show on the Gonna Geek show
Yeah.
that covered things on the Gonna Geek Network. It was
Did
a
I
gag,
win?
and we made fun of the podcast awards with it. Is why we were doing it because we
Did
were
I
ripping
win
on the
anything?
podcast awards.
I don't
I don't
care if
think
it's
so.
funsies. Oh,
Yeah, I made fun of the potties.
Yeah, we made fun of the podcast awards because that was what we were doing at that point in time.
I guess it was just nice enough to be nominated.
I don't even think you were nominated. Really.
Was I nominated
Probably
for
not.
anything?
Yeah, so it would have been nice to be nominated. You weren't.
Okay, so let me retract that. It would have been nice to have been
There
nominated.
you go.
Wasn't that from something?
Uh,
Was that Tropic Thunder? Yeah, I think that's Tropic Thunder.
Possibly. What
Yeah,
do you?
it would have been nice. Yeah, I think that's what it's from. Old Tugger Nuts.
I'm trying to remember when that awards show was. I apologize. I don't know off the top of my head.
It was
It doesn't
a bit-
matter. I don't want to feel even more defeated without even knowing about it.
I mean, that's fair.
You tell me more about it. What am I even doing here if I don't win anything? God damn.
Doing what you always do. You're wasting your Sunday
Yeah.
morning 'cause you got nothing better to do.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Go to church?
Well, I got something better to do, which is coming up in my what I'm into.
We'll have to get to that once we wrap up our news,
All right.
which will toss things over to Mr. Bachman for his news.
We have the return of a giant to the original House of Ideas. Those that don't know, John Romita Jr. has been doing a stint over at the Distinguished Competition after he left Marvel to work on an Action Comic. So he was drawing Superman for a while. Marvel announced this week, after a stint with DC, legendary comic book artist John Romita Jr. is returning to his old office to work on new Marvel projects. They released a giant poster of about, half the Marvel main characters drawn by John Romita Jr. saying JR is back. Says he went to work for DC after working at DC for nearly a decade. He's coming back to Marvel, best known for his work on Spider-Man and other premier titles. He'll rejoin the house that Stan Lee built to work on a new Marvel titles for the company, and this return is set for July of 2021. And this is the crazy thing, because this guy's dad drew Spider-Man. John Romita Sr., who was just John Romita at the time, has one of the I have an artist edition that's just issues of Spider-Man that he drew in the 60s. It's amazing. Then he had a kid, named him Junior, and then so he became JRSR, and his kid is JRJR. So the Romitas, I think as a family, have probably drawn more Spider-Man than any person alive other than maybe Mark Bagley. I think Bagley's probably the only one that can compete with the Romita family.
That's possible.
Yeah. But yeah, it says Romita Jr.'s career span at Marvel spans almost 50 years, having published his first comic in a Spider-Man title in 1977. So this guy was doing art in Spider-Man before I was born. And as the old man on the podcast, that says a bit. Like he's been doing comics for a fucking minute. He's worked on Iron Man, Uncanny X-Men. He was there to introduce characters along in the 80s with the head writer at the time was Dennis O'Neil. He helped introduce Hydra Man, Madam Web, Hobgoblin, and a bunch of other ones. He was the main artist on the J. Michael Straczynski run when they relaunched The Amazing Spider-Man. And then, he was the mainstay there, then departed 2013 to go work on Superman alongside Jeff Johns. Says, now 9 years after working with the distinguished competition, Romita Jr. has made his way back to Marvel again, where he said, I have been very fortunate more than a few times in my life, and now I can add this latest event to that list. I've returned to Marvel, the company that I started my career in, and couldn't be more thrilled. I am literally at this very moment working on my next big Marvel project, and it's a blast. I'm just excited as I was when I first started, and I will do my best to let the work show that again. I hope fans will see that too. And then, they just, and it shows the poster again. Giant image, John Romita Jr. is back. And then, on the bottom of the article, it's awesome because they bring up some of the big ones. Romita Jr. was influential in creating some of Marvel's best-known storylines because along with the characters he worked on, he did Iron Man's Demon in a Bottle, which is like the Iron Man story. He drew Wolverine, Enemy of the State, and he did Daredevil, Man Without Fear. Like, those 3 books alone, he could have just retired. Like, those are all Hall of Fame, like, Eisner ballot books. Like, those are amazing titles. And, and he's coming back to work at Marvel, where it said, and then the article goes on to say he prefers the Marvel method, where basically they hand the artist a loose script, the artist draws the book, and then the writer goes back in and just fills in dialogue. Which, the Marvel method is very different than the way a lot of comics are scripted. But so it's going to be, for those that are fans of JR's work, which it's a very different art style. Romita Sr. and Romita Jr., they have this very strange way of the way they do anatomy, where the forearm into the musculature of the actual forearm muscle, and then the lower leg into the calf muscle. They have this really weird kind of like almost like chicken bone, like drumstick style of drawing.
Hey, I know what that looks like.
Yeah, it's really crazy because it's
looks
not,
like Willie's legs.
That's what I was
it looks like
getting at.
Willie's legs. Looks like chicken leg. But it's something where I know there's people that do not like the Romita style of drawing, and I get it because it's a very different style of drawing. I've always loved his artwork, so I'm excited to see him back at Marvel. And it'd just be cool to see what book, because they haven't announced, they're keeping it a mystery so far, what book he's working on. So it could be a relaunch of any character. Like, there's no telling because he's worked on almost everybody over the years. And so, it could be a new Hulk book. It could be a new Moon Knight. They could be doing something new with Iron Man. They could be bringing somebody back. They could be relaunching a different title. There's no way of telling. But with JR back on board, it's going to be like at least a year-long run of something. So that's awesome to look forward to because it's going to be solid. And then the one other little bit of news I wanted to mention was that if you guys haven't seen the 4th episode, because it actually dropped early Thursday night of Invincible, which is a fantastic cartoon. It is literally just, as they say, killing the competition. It has one of the highest ratings on Rotten Tomatoes for technically a cartoon. It's sitting at 96 for the average tomato meter and a 95 audience score. So for once, the critics and the audiences agree, if you want a violent superhero cartoon, Invincible is the only place to go. The show is amazing. I love the updated way they dealt with Damien Darkblood. It was so cool. I love the original joke in the comic book, but I'm like, how are they going to deal with this? Because if you've read the comic, you can see that basically the first really big fight in Invincible that changes the tables and alters the whole world. It looks like they're pushing that fight out to the end of episode 8. I think that's how the first season is going to end. Without giving any spoilers, is a giant fight that alters everything in Invincible's universe. I think that fight, which I think in the comics happened by issue 20, and we're seeing stuff in the cartoon that's already issue 30.
I thought it was issue 7 that had. Wait,
was
I
it
don't know
7?
which one you're talking about then.
Well, but there's the first giant fight that Mark loses. That's early on in the comic.
Yeah, that's like issue 7 or 8.
Is it 7 or 8? Okay.
I just read it past week.
I reread it, but it all fills together. But I have a feeling they're going to push that fight out to episode 8, And so that's going to be the hook to get everybody back in for season 2 is the ramifications of that. So seeing how Kirkman has made slight changes to the story to go into like the mission to Mars and do the other missions that in the comic book all took place after that fight. So how he's moving all of those events and putting them first before that giant fight happens. It's really cool to see how he's reworking the script while not really changing the story. It's just a question of, effects from certain events haven't been felt yet by certain characters. They will build, those will all happen later. So yeah, I'm just loving to see how he's doing like the little changes. And like he said, he went back and looked at the scripts, he dusted them off. Like he wrote these 23 years ago. Like he wrote Invincible before The Walking Dead. Like this was Kid Kirkman. Like this was the guy who had just finished writing his comic book Battle Pope. Like he was writing wacky, crazy shit back then. And this is his first take on a superhero. And so being able to see like what he's done to make little changes, like the difference in how Damien Darkblood, the detective, is dealt with, how like Cecil is dealing with certain stuff, and just all the little nuanced changes he's making with the script as they're going forward with the animated series. It's just fucking fantastic. And it's going to be really cool to see like how much, because like you can see why they're doing certain changes, and it makes me wonder like how much is going to change along the way. Like if we get 5 seasons of Invincible, are there going to be actual major changes to the ending? Does he regret anything he wrote back then after 15 years of writing Invincible when he was just kind of tired and wanted to end it? Did he maybe put something to end that he wants to change now? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, the show is killing it. Basically, the critics and the audience love it. I'm super happy with it. I'm so glad that they've done such an amazing job with it. The only thing that sucks is waiting for Fridays. It's the only downside.
You're not wrong.
Oh yeah, Fridays are so good because you got that, and also Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I need to get caught up on. I'm 1 episode behind now.
You suck, Falcon.
Whoa.
That's true.
And let's add a little other fourth. Fuck you. And also fuck these all releasing 1 episode out a week. No, let's release it all at once. Let's do that. I've been banging this drum for the longest time. Tired of it.
But it's the way to avoid spoilers, so I understand why these streaming services are doing it, because they want you to come back multiple times, because they also want you to see ads for other shows. And so if you sat and watched 8 episodes of something over a weekend, the people that would come into work on Monday and talk about it would spoil it for the people that only watched 2 episodes and then had to go do something.
They deserve that.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They deserve that.
No, they don't.
Change my mind.
They're trying.
You see a table in front of me that says "Change my mind"? I don't think so.
They're trying to recreate the water cooler talk like they used to have with shows like Bad Men and fucking MASH and everything else that was coming out once a week, and people would fucking rush into work on Monday and talk about those shows. So yeah, they're trying to. Some streaming services are trying to get that effect back with certain shows, especially shows that have giant spoilers in them, like WandaVision. Like there was no way they could release all of that in one shot and not have it ruined on the internet by Saturday afternoon.
What office is still opened up for a water cooler to be around?
Yeah, they're just doing water cooler talks over Zoom now.
Yeah, it's over Zoom or Teams now.
Yeah.
Will, you okay there? You look like you're having a hard time.
I need a cigarette.
He's just talking to his ceiling
Will,
fan
you
again.
always need a cigarette, though.
He's
Ceiling
losing
fan's
it.
back that way.
Yeah.
But Will, you always need a cigarette. Why is this surprising?
Who said I was surprised?
I mean, you were announcing it like it was a big shock that you needed a cigarette.
Listen, sometimes you have to make a whole big grand gesture to actually get a cigarette in your mouth for people not to question you. But they still fucking question you.
Why are you having a cigarette, Willie? I'm confused.
Let me add a 5th and fuck Chris.
Willie, are you having a Nick fit?
You made the
You're on the
list.
same level as leg day, Chris. Same level as leg day.
Willie's having a
And
Nick
Amazon.
fit, is what I'm hearing
Uh-huh.
here. He's got not enough nicotine in his blood right now, so he's got to smoke one so he can be less of an asshole to everyone.
You better smoke 3 then.
At once? Okay.
Double ham fisting it.
I don't think you actually want to do that, Willie.
You think I'm smoking for my health? I know the risk.
That's true.
I think you're smoking because you like it. You have an oral fixation, I say.
That's what people don't get. See, I know the risk. I know what it can do. I know what it probably will do. Do I care? No, I don't really care at all. But that's me. But you see, people are like, oh, I know the risk. No, you really don't fucking know the risk. I do.
Air and water gives you cancer anyway, so it's just another way to get cancer.
And this is a tangent brought to you by Marlboro.
All right, what was that word?
Marlboro.
Marlboro?
Yeah.
Marlboro.
Bro?
Whatever.
Well, these are camels anyway, so it don't really fucking matter.
Are they Turkish royalty?
This episode brought to you by Camel Crush.
I thought I was hoping it was camel Turkish royalty.
Fucking send me a sponsorship. Fucking Camel, I'll catch you back. I don't think you're evil. I mean, I know you're evil. I don't have to think it.
You remember back in the day where you could trade in your camel bucks to get a Joe Camel jacket and stuff like that? Where'd those days go?
All right, story time.
My parents used to have camel everything back when camel cast was a thing.
I used to have a Marlboro duffel bag, and I loved that duffel bag because it was an awesome duffel bag. It had little spike things on the feet kind of area type thing. It wasn't really had feet because it's a duffel bag, a cylindrical duffel bag. But it still had, when you said it had like little spike thing. Yeah, let's just say the ex-wife accidentally gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
I use that shit for everything. It's still
and you wonder why it's his ex-wife now.
Yep.
I was so angry. I was like, "Get it back! I can't get it back." Oh my god. Go on with something else while I'm lamenting.
I don't know. I just kind of want to let you suffer through your pain there and be there for you, Willie, because you're our friend. You're our friend.
Shh, I'm lamenting. Talk to them, not me.
Lament, you damn fool. Lament.
Well, while Willie's lamenting, I'll point out that I'm out of news for this week. So
yeah, the news segment's over.
The news segment's over. So as we wrap things up, we do that in a traditional way. A little segment called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who may be watching or listening the kind of geeky or nerdy things we've been getting into so that you may want to go check them out yourselves. And I'll kick things off. And I played a little bit more Avengers. I played a little bit more Hades. And I tried to play some Outriders, but it's been really tough. And I got a little bit in this morning, but they've had a lot of server issues. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed some of the people on Reddit, and I mean this sarcastically when I say I enjoyed, that are bitching about all the people playing via Xbox Game Pass and blaming them because Outriders doesn't work. Oh, you people
how
who
was
didn't...
that the Game Pass is
Well, here's the spin they have. You guys didn't pay for it, and you're ruining the experience for those of us that did pay for it. And I'm like, no. Game Pass subscribers did pay for it. It's just part of their subscription to Game Pass. It's not like they said
drop $60 on a pre-order.
It's not like they said
paid for it.
Yeah, they didn't say here's $60 because you're on Game Pass. Go buy it yourself. It was you're subscribed. It's part of your subscription. So they did have a lot of server issues. It looks like they've gotten most of those taken care of now. And, it probably is legitimate concern to be like, hey, all of these people that want to try it because it's part of Game Pass probably negatively impacted the server load because you probably had a lot of folks like, oh, I've heard stuff about this. I haven't given it a try yet, who then downloaded it and decided to start playing it. That's probably a legitimate thing to say. Now, I think it is running now. It was working this morning when I logged on briefly for like 30 minutes. I'm hoping to play some this afternoon before I go do the latest episode of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. What other stuff I've been getting into? I haven't watched Godzilla vs. King Kong yet. I think we'll get to that next weekend. I've heard it's really fun. Willie, did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll get to that later then, I'm sure.
Well, I do want to specify for something you mentioned earlier. How have you been enjoying Avengers?
Again, it's the single player is fun, but the grind, I can already tell it would get annoying real fast.
And by fun, you mean it's garbage.
Actually, the grind, I just get stuff because the loot you get is all dependent upon your power level from like when you open the chest or defeat the enemy.
I feel like once you get out of the campaign, it's just going to feel grindy and boring because it's the same kind of missions repeated after one another.
But single player, fantastic, fun as hell.
Yeah.
Bachman is doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Well,
so that's
no,
all I know.
He played the first ones where it literally holds your hand as you're playing Kamala Khan. And you don't get to do much besides
get past that.
Weird jumping puzzles and stuff like that, and that's a legitimate issue.
Why?
Like this.
Why should I have to get past that shit? I played the fucking beta. I know how much fun the game can be when I'm actually allowed to play it. Now I'm fucking running across stupid rooftops. The only button on my controller that works is jump. I literally stopped playing it because it was so goddamn clunky that I couldn't run her across a rooftop and jump because the game would fucking stutter and I would just fall to my death over and over and over. So I stopped playing it. I give it another chance. I downloaded like an 18 gigabyte fucking update. I fired it up last week, and I go walking through a fucking park where I'm surrounded by these stupid robots that I could bash the fuck out of with my big hands, but apparently if they see me, I die. It is jackassery. You should be able to skip the bullshit tutorial missions. I literally got caught like 10 fucking times trying to walk through a park. I was like, you know what? This is fucking stupid. It won't let me play the game. I'm done. I'm deleting the fucking game. I'm pissed that I bought it. I hate the fucking game. It is a trash fucking intro to a game that I already played for 2 fucking weeks in a demo.
Willie, thank you for stirring the pot there. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, old man Bachman don't know how to jump on a platformer.
Mm-hmm.
All the years of Mario paid no.
No, all those of Mario fucking paid off great. I can go play Ratchet and Clank all day, every day, because Ratchet and Clank fucking works, and it's not clunky as shit. Kamala Khan
jumping
jumps.
has always been wonky.
Kamala Khan jumps like she weighs 400 fucking pounds and has no superpowers. It's ridiculously awful how clunky that game is.
Chris, I'm glad you're at least having a little bit of enjoyment out of it. Story's pretty good there.
I'll probably take a break from it for a while to play Outriders now because that's fresh and new, so I can churn through a bunch of that stuff until I get bored with it, and then who cares? And I will say also, I probably should have touched on it in news. It was an interesting thing they announced is that MLB The Show used to be on a PlayStation exclusive. They did announce earlier this year it's coming to Xbox, and then I guess it was Thursday or Friday this week, Phil Spencer and the whole team over at Xbox issued an announcement that MLB The Show is day one on Game Pass. So if you're a baseball fan, that's pretty cool for a game that was never going to be on Xbox. And if you're someone like me who liked baseball a lot in the past, you kind of go, huh, it's part of my subscription. I guess I'll give it a try. That's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah, my buddy who's big into Xbox and baseball loved that news. So that's something for you, Gavin. Enjoy.
It's kind of a power move from Microsoft in that regard because you go and look at all the sports games that are on Game Pass now because they have EA Play and stuff in there. They've got all sorts of EA sports games. They've got the Football Manager, which is soccer for us here in America. They've got a bunch of sports games that are now part of Game Pass. So they're working on diversifying what's in there, which I think is interesting. Whether it pays off or not's another story. But hey, I'll go give MLB The Show a try. I thought about buying last year's version when it was on sale for like $10 on my PlayStation, but I'm glad I held off because now I can try the current version with the next gen updates on my Xbox. Worked out.
And it's just one more thing making the Game Pass on Xbox look way better than the fucking PS Now, PS Plus bullshit that they're still doing.
Yeah, but you guys get better. You get better PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus games than we do with games with gold. Our Xbox games with gold are trash.
That is true. I mean, the PS Plus games are solid every month. I mean, yeah, last month was the fucking remake of Final Fantasy VII, which everybody went apeshit for, and then they turned around and gave it everybody for free 6 days later. That's
everyone
awesome.
Had bought it already, so it didn't really cost them much.
I got it for free. Added to my library. Didn't cost me a dime.
Yeah. Neither here nor there, though. But I guess that's mostly what I've been getting into. And I was watching some March Madness, and if you had a chance last night to watch the end of the Gonzaga UCLA game, holy shit, that was some of the coolest basketball I'd seen at the end, where it's a tie game at the end of overtime with like 5 seconds left. And as the clock's expiring, the guy from Gonzaga basically half court throws up a 3-pointer and wins the game as the buzzer goes. It was a hell of an ending. Clean shot.
It's the only time basketball is exciting.
If you like
10 seconds, which takes 5 minutes to play.
If you like March Madness and stuff like that, it was a hell of an experience. I was literally channel surfing and said, hey, I want to check and see what the score is. And I caught like the last 30 seconds of the game as I'd watched a bunch earlier, and then I got bored and started playing video games. But it was awesome. I've had a lot of fun.
That's good timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Mr. Nelson, what have you been getting into, sir?
Oh, you really want to get kicked off Gonna Geek Network, don't you?
Oh, gross.
All right, so since I hinted at it
He didn't say
earlier,
who you're getting into. He said, what are you getting into?
Forward. Ignore it. So, what I foreshadowed earlier was I just started playing a new game last night I've been having lots of fun with. It's called Slay the Spire. I know it's been out for a while. It's pretty much a deck building roguelike. that has a lot of like instant satisfaction, gratification to it. Every battle, you always get something new, no matter what. So that's always fun. It pretty much is just a deck building roguelike. I mean, that interest. That's all I needed to say. You got me hooked because I like deck building. Roguelikes I can give or take, but the deck building is what I went for because there's not a lot of deck building games on console.
I've never understood what is the term roguelike. I don't get that. Was there a game called Rogue where you played like 3/4 view?
No, Rogue. There was a game called Rogue back on the Atari.
That sounds right, but
Where
pretty
much every time you started it, the point of it is every time you start it, it randomizes like all the rooms and everything, the placements of everything, like all like the dungeons, like how it's placed, kind of like Diablo did, right? Diablo was kind of like that.
Yes, all the maps are randomly generated.
It's a kind of like a roguelike. But the difference between Diablo and that is you only have one life, and once you die, that's it. Like you only get the one run through. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I guess I've never understood the term roguelike. It's like FPS.
Yeah, it took me a while.
The first-person shooter, like that makes sense.
Yeah, a roguelike is just the type where you have one life, and after that, the game resets, and then with random elements placed randomly again. But a lot of them have it to where you can kind of technically like upgrade your character. Like as you go through it, you get like experience kind of that will go to the next run of it. It's kind of what a roguelike is. But yeah, Slay the Spire has been fun. Watch Godzilla vs. King Kong. Minor spoiler, King Kong is pretty much Thor, Captain America, and Hulk all rolled into one.
I like it.
And awesome.
He's Hulk just because he's fucking King Kong. Thor, because you saw in the fucking trailer, he had that hammer, the axe, the little spine thing of a Godzilla creature. And there's one point in time where he takes off like a roof, like the top of a building that's a circular building, and throws it like a fucking shield.
Oh yeah, I found it. There is a ASCII base game, procedurally generated dungeon in the 1980 video game Rogue, the game after which the roguelike genre is named. So it literally is named after, it was a game called Rogue that was procedurally generated dungeons. Okay, that makes, I'm like, what the, was there a game just called Rogue? I'm like, where the fuck did this term come from? It's been bugging me for weeks.
That's what I told you. I just didn't know what it got released on.
Yeah, it was an actual, it runs in terminal or terminal emulators. It was an ASCII game. ASCII. Okay.
Yep, Willie's got a little bit of knowledge there.
Was Willie a little bit
can't
right
be
again?
Right.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I hate it when that happens.
I may have to roll a nat 20 for it to happen.
But sometimes he does get critical.
Can happen. 5% chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Saying there's a chance.
If your charisma's high enough, it doesn't matter. The rest of your stats can be dog shit.
Willie, what's your charisma?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it bad? You got bad charisma in your D&D game?
Oh, in the D&D game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't mentioned that because we've been skipping around because we're waiting on people to get ready and all this stuff.
Is Leroy Jenkins dead yet?
No.
No.
Nothing new's happened. We haven't had nothing new. We haven't had a session since then.
That's disappointing. I'm sorry.
Oh,
buddy.
trust me. Oh, yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in, Chris. Yes, it is disappointing.
I wasn't
Leroy
trying to rub it
Jenkins-
in, but I'll take it.
But hopefully we'll have a session tonight.
Leroy Jenkins is like Schrodinger's fighter. He's in the dungeon. He's both alive and dead until you open the dungeon to look.
Okay.
Leroy Jenkins.
But still, I still love the fact that we have our new lion. I forget what its name. It's not a feral lion. It has a name, but I do remember the name I gave it. Mainwell. So good. But let me see. There was also some. Oh yes, I finally got to see it, even though it came out a month ago. Coming to America.
Coming
To
to America. Good shit.
America.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I put the emphasis there. You heard it. I don't know why you're giving me this bullshit.
Because it's my job.
Yep. That's what
You
we're
don't
here
get
for.
paid for it.
Yeah,
It's
I get
not
paid.
technically a
I get
job.
paid in the lols.
Yeah, this is my hobby. It's Chris's job.
This is profession.
I don't get paid.
You get paid in lols also.
I mean, technically, I'm a professional baker. I've gotten paid to bake in the past, so technically, I'm a professional baker.
I'm excited to learn more about your baking prowess. Maybe you'll be on an episode of Nailed It one day, Willie.
No, because I actually do good shit.
I want to see you bake a cake and what it looks like. I want to see you make a turkey cake.
I baked the most delicious cheesecake you've
Make
ever
a turkey
heard of.
cake.
Turkey cake, huh?
It looks like a turkey.
Tastes like a cake.
First of all, no, because I don't want to ever use that shitty ass shit of fondant.
Yeah, I don't like fondant either.
God, it's useless. It's useless. It doesn't taste good. All it is to make shit. It looks like, oh, you can mold stuff look like clay. Ooh, it tastes like clay too.
So make an
What
Easter
can
bunny
you do?
cake.
I live in North Carolina. We have plenty of clay here.
Make an Easter bunny cake, Willie. I've challenged
You're
you.
giving me flashbacks of Bunny Day from last year, from Animal Crossing. That
Oh
I don't
God,
ever
I hate
want
that
again.
so much.
Yeah, so don't bring that bad juju on me.
I apologize, Willie. I'll let you continue with what you've been getting into instead of derailing.
Horrifying zipper bunny. Ugh. Yeah, so Coming to America was good. Relied a little too much on the previous movie, like a lot of too many repeat jokes. Like, we did it last time, and this funny. There's a little bit too much of that.
Hey, it's Kunta.
Oh, that was hilarious. Eddie Murphy is the old Jewish guy.
Mm-hmm.
They brought back all the characters where they were, dressed as someone. They brought all of them back, which that was all right, because I mean, yeah, it makes sense and stuff. Even that preacher guy and
Arsenio's the preacher and Randall Watson and my van sexual choice.
Yeah, they brought that back too. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah. Eddie Murphy as Randy Watson is some of the funniest shit in the world because it's Eddie Murphy purposely singing bad in just the greatest prom tuxedo of all time, covered in sweat and a jerry curl. It is such a fucking funny character.
Now, do you agree with me about my assessment of the movie?
Yeah, no, it's good. It wasn't great, but it was good.
It fell too much to the previous jokes.
Yeah. It was a big chunk of nostalgia, but yeah, like I enjoyed it. It was funny. The new updates were cool. The fact that apparently Wesley Snipes said his introduction, where all of his gangster soldiers were all choreographed. He apparently had zero choreography. Wesley just decided I'm just gonna show up and do whatever feels weird. And
yeah, that
so
sounds like Wesley Snipes.
He just came strutting in, being all fucking crazy. Yeah, like it was a funny movie. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining, and it was fun. Like it's Coming to America, the sequel 20 years later. It's not there for the fucking Oscars. It's there so Eddie Murphy can employ a bunch of
Bachman, you said 20 years. You mean 30 years.
35, whatever. Yeah, it's old. It's been a while.
30 years.
It's there so Eddie Murphy can get all the black comedians back together, black writers, black producers, and get a bunch of fucking,
And Louis Anderson got back. I was so happy. It's Maurice.
Yeah, I think the only one who didn't come back was Sam Jackson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
But yeah, like he got to be able to.
He still showed up
together.
They had a flash. They showed like from the previous thing.
I mean, yeah, you gotta bring a bunch of his friends together and make another fucking fun movie, which is what the first one was. The first one wasn't there to fucking like win the Oscars. It was to get a bunch of actors together and have a good time.
Yeah, I think Louis Anderson was only in the original because the studio said, "Well, you have to have someone white in this movie." And Eddie Murphy said, "Fine, I'll pick this funny ass motherfucker right here, Louis Anderson."
Could be.
And Louis Anderson's fucking. I love Louis. Louis Anderson's a national goddamn treasure, on the par with Nick Cage. Because when Family Feud was going under, when he was a host, he said, "You know what? I'll put up my own money for this," and he did, and it kept it afloat. That's the only reason why you probably have Steve fucking asshole Harvey there right now. Fuck that asshole. That's the sixth thing. Fuck Steve Harvey. He's on the top of the goddamn list.
Steve Harvey made the list, folks. He made the list.
I hate Steve Harvey with a passion.
Alrighty.
That's what I've been
enough.
getting into.
Well, then we'll toss things over to Mr. Bachman to wrap it up for us. What you been getting into, sir?
Well, if you can't tell, because I got Spider-Man and I got Robot Jocks behind me, and then I'm in front of a different wall. I moved. So yeah, I've been getting into being fucking tired and sore. Because if you spend your entire morning like packing and lifting boxes and moving comics, and then go to work and spend your entire evening moving boxes and loading trucks, it gets really fucking tiring after about 2 weeks. We're almost done. Almost done. So yeah, so I am moved into the new place. So yeah, it's fantastic. I woke up in bed next to the girlfriend this morning, and neither one of us had to leave. It was awesome. And when I get done dealing with you idiots, I can go sit on the couch with her, and it's fucking fantastic. I love this place. But yeah, got moved. We did watch Kong vs. Godzilla last night. We saved it. I just rewatched Kong Skull Island and King of Monsters, so I was doing prep work for it just because I love those movies. I bought the digital thing they had on Google a while back for like $15. You get all three of them. So it's fun to go back and rewatch those. And yeah, enjoyed it. Like, I mean, with the spoilers that were already out there on Kong vs. Godzilla, like I already knew about the Mecha Godzilla, but some of the ways they like the twists in the story, like I didn't know were coming, which was kind of cool. A lot of the Hollow Earth stuff that was expanded upon from the previous movies was really cool. The fight scenes were great. I thought Godzilla looked a little like at the beginning. I actually thought the Godzilla we were seeing at the start of the movie was actually Mecha Godzilla in like a fake skin. Like, I don't know, there was something that the CGI just seemed a little off in the first Godzilla appearance, and I don't know why. But no, we enjoyed the hell of it. It was a fun movie. It was, yeah, it's a big popcorn movie. It would have, sadly, like we mentioned, like it would have been a really great one to see in the theater. Like, giant monster movies are like, those are theater movies. Like, it would have been fantastic to go see in a theater, but we enjoyed it on the 50-inch big screen, fucking laying in bed, which was pretty fucking awesome as well, because then, you can have your snacks, and you can also pause the movie if you need to go to the bathroom, which is always fantastic. So, yeah, we enjoyed that last night.
Since Chris didn't see it, I'd also want to say, you had the return of the kid from the prison pocket kid from
yeah,
and he lost some weight. I liked it. I was so happy to see it. I was like, yeah, this fucking New Zealand ass motherfucker coming in. I love it.
He was cool as Eleven's friend, and then the conspiracy guy, which is the actor that plays Paperboy on Atlanta. So he was hilarious as the conspiracy theory guy. But yeah, it was good. It was an entertaining movie. It was really fun. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, if you have HBO Max, I don't know why you wouldn't watch it. Like, it was a fantastic, fun movie. And yeah, as I've been getting caught up on stuff, I actually went to go as I caught up on Invincible, and I was caught up on all my other Netflix shows, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go watch Hulu. I've been going back and watching through Power from the very beginning, so I'm like on season 3 of that show. And when I turned on Hulu the other day, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. The Young Rock that's on NBC is now on Hulu. So I sat and watched, I think, the first 5 episodes, and that show is just so fun, seeing basically a child actor, a teenage actor, and an actor in their early 20s playing Dwayne Johnson at different stages of his life, and having all these actors playing roles of the wrestlers that I grew up with in the 80s, and seeing like this little kid running around, with his dad, Rocky Johnson, and all the wrestlers he was hanging out with at the time, or like, they're going to barbecues with their family members, which is the Wild Samoans, and fucking Andre the Giant showing up. And even though it's, they're breaking kayfabe, like at the barbecue is fucking the Iron Sheik, who was actually a friend of the family. Like, seeing all of that stuff, and like seeing like how The Rock's mom and The Rock's grandma dealt with a lot of the tragedies they had growing up, was The Rock was growing up as a kid. It's a fantastic show. I like the fact, like, he's like 15. The actor that's The Rock when he's in high school, he's like 15, and he's like 6'4" and has a full mustache. And like even his principal thought he was a fucking narc. They thought he was fucking 21 Jump Street. He's like, we thought he was an undercover cop, because he's the only kid in the building that looks like an adult. Like, yeah, it's a solid show. I've watched like the first 5 episodes. It's really fun. It's entertaining. I'm excited to see like how much they get out of it, because yeah, it'll be a good run. I don't know if it'll go more than a season, but it's a super entertaining show. It's really fun. It's nice family oriented, because I mean, as we know, like, The Rock is all about family, and also like seeing like some of the stuff that's happened over the years. And then the whole thing's being told in the future, where The Rock's running for president in 2032, which, here we go. But the fact that like they would have him tell a story about his mom, and then during the future sequence, like they would bring up a teleconference and it would actually be his real life mom. And so like his actual family members are popping up in it. And so it's kind of fun to see like he actually got his mom on NBC. Like that's just cool. Like, because I also like I mean, this is the guy who like as soon as he had money in his pocket, he bought his mom a house and then he bought his mom a car. I mean, like he's done everything to take care of his family. Like I think he buys his mom a car like every couple of years now, just to be like, fuck it, I have the money. Why wouldn't I? Live it up, mom. Like, you know, she worked her ass off to take care of him when he was a kid, and like he's, you know, showing her the love now. So it's just a really, you know, heartfelt show. It's really fun. But yeah, Invincible's killing it. And then yeah, I'm almost through. I've got like 50 pages left to Compendium 1. So yeah, we've all been reading Invincible. I'm almost done with the first compendium. And yeah, it's just such good books. And then yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I tried to play Outriders. Couldn't get onto it at all the day it launched. Ended up going to work. I got home that night. I got to play for about an hour, and that's all I played because I've just been busy doing other shit. And yeah, the servers have been down most of the time I've tried it. So at some point, hopefully when I get to actually play it, I'll enjoy that game. But sadly, right now it's feeling a little like Apex or Anthem 2, and I'm really hoping that's not what's going to happen. I hope they get their fucking server problems fixed. The upside is that the Outriders like social media team has been on the ball. Like they've been doing updates fucking every half an hour. Like it's insane how much they're trying to like keep information out there, what they're working on. They literally tweeted out the other day they were going to do the old school IT move, and they were literally going to just turn it off and turn it back on again. And they literally powered down all of their servers, let everything reset, and then turned everything back on just to see if it would help. And hey, as an electronic technician, I'll tell you, it never hurts. It never fucking hurts. Turn it off, turn it back on again. That fixes 95% of most problems. Yeah, that's what I've been getting into. And yeah, hopefully this week I'll be getting into finishing emptying out my condo, getting it clean, and getting it fucking sold.
Very nice. Good luck with all that, too. On that note, we are about to shut things down. One thing I did forget is that if you're watching this live as we record this on April 4th, I will be guest hosting on Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. at 5 p.m. today, I believe it is, where we discuss...
Back for more Falcon Soldier?
Yep, back for episode 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That should be a fun discussion. So yeah, if that's something that interests you is talking Falcon and Winter Soldier, swing by 5 p.m. geeks.live as we stream that live, and it should hit all of your feeds mid to late this upcoming week, rather, the recorded episode.
I need to watch that sometime today. I'm one episode behind.
It's catch upable. It's fun. I will say I don't understand why some people are complaining that it's so slow and nothing happens. I'm like, did you watch WandaVision, which was much slower?
Yeah, there wasn't a fight in WandaVision for like 4 episodes.
There's an awesome fight in every episode so far of Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon Winter Soldier. Like they start with a fucking flight mission. The second episode had a great fight in it. Yeah, like it's. I thought it's been kick ass so far.
Yeah, I thought so too. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm not right. Who knows?
People are always there to complain.
Friendly reminder, though, as we do shut down this stream, we do stream this show every Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. That's at www.geeks.live. And before we shut down, you guys have any final thoughts for folks that we want to share? Any more things to add to the list, Willie?
I need to add one more thing.
Don't forget those eggs. Don't let them rot behind a couch. Ooh.
So I have one more thing to add to the list. For all you listeners out there, I've added it. Your kiss is now on my list.
Oh,
God. Why? Willie loves you, everyone. Willie loves you.
You made the list.
He does. Willie loves you all. He wants you all to know that as we shut this down and wrap up for a week. Just know, Willie loves you. And your kiss. It's there, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Other than to say we're getting out of here, and we'll see you all later. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.